Hey gang, what's going on? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to a live stream, a special live stream because we're on two different channels tonight. We are on both the YouTube channels, Home Recording Made Easy and Mixing Music Analog, which is great. We got a lot of stuff we're going to try to cover tonight. We have a big release of a brand new mixing course, as well as a bunch of other stuff I want to tell you. And it really pertains to both YouTube channels. So welcome everyone from both channels, whether you're in one camp or the other, it doesn't matter. If you're watching on Home Recording Made Easy and you didn't know there was a second YouTube channel, there is, called Mixing Music Analog. You can type that into your Google interwebs and you can check that out. You can subscribe over there as well. And if you're on Mixing Music Analog and you didn't know there was a Home Recording Made Easy YouTube channel, there is. You can scoot on over there and you can subscribe. So you can subscribe to both channels. Every channel or each channel gets a new video every single week. I'm working like the Dickens over here. Let me know if you could hear me and see me okay. Is my audio okay? It looks like it's a little hot, but the meters are a little weird. Every time I turn it down to where it looks like it's not clipping, then people would tell me I'm not loud enough. So hopefully it's cool. So welcome everyone once again. So what we're going to do tonight is, we're going to talk about the hybrid mixing course for sure. Dave's putting all the links in the chat. I'm going to say hi everybody in the chat. And then I'm just going to take questions. Whatever you guys want to ask me. I know a bunch of people have already Facebooked me, Instagrammed me, and emailed me, and YouTubed me about Studio 17. I haven't done any videos for Studio 17 on YouTube. People may want to talk about that. People may want to talk about the new gear at Mixing Music Analog and what kind of gear reviews are coming up. New courses, all kinds of stuff. So whatever you guys want to talk about or ask, I am more than willing to try to answer and help and show and shed some light on any topic you want to discuss. So also before we get started, and I forget to say it, if this live stream helps you in any way, shape, or form, or if either one of the YouTube channels help you in any way, shape, or form, and you want to help support what I do on either one of the channels, feel free to hit the super chat. Also, when you hit the super chat, your question will be highlighted and come to the top, and I'll make sure that I answer it. And it's greatly appreciated. So thank you so much to all the guys that do that every time we kind of get together. It's been about a month since I've been on the Mixing Music Analog channel for a live stream. And boy, on the Home Recording Made Easy, man, it's been probably 6 months since we've done a live stream at Home Recording Made Easy. Wow. So anyhow, super chat is always greatly appreciated. So first and foremost, and we'll touch on this a few times through the night as people are starting to come in, and make sure you give the thumbs up and all that stuff, like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. But let's talk about what's the main focus of what we're doing here today. So today, October 15, 2024, let me even switch over here to this screen here. So if you open up your Google browser or your Safari browser or your Bing or whatever you use and click the link that Dave's got in the description box for the hybrid mixing course, hybrid mixing hard rock, drop today for the next 5 days, 4 hours, 50 minutes, and 54 seconds. It is 50% off. And then it's going to double in price. I want you guys to check this out. I really think you're going to love it, especially for the people that have been asking me to do a little bit more advanced training, and a lot of the MixingMadeEasy.net people. This is the course for you. Now, if you're working or you're listening at Home Recording Made Easy and you're like, well, Dave, I really don't work with hardware and I don't work with consoles and any of that stuff, have no fear. This course is also really, really great for people who mix all in the box of plugins, because I spend a lot of time talking about the plugin equivalents, how you can use plugins to kind of emulate this kind of hardware analog kind of hybrid workflow. So whether you are an analog guy or gal, a hybrid guy or gal, or an all-in-the-box guy or gal, you're going to dig this course, okay? Two things about this course that's very unique and special that I've never done with a mixing hybrid course before. Number one, we have a mixing contest where we're giving away thousands of dollars worth of gear, 3 prizes. You're automatically eligible to enter when you get the course. Okay? All the information is on this website that you see me scrolling down. Here's the song right here by James D. Cooler. If James is here tonight, he might be, I don't know. But anyhow, James D. Cooler donated a brand new song of his. These are multi-tracks you could get nowhere else. They're not on Cambridge and all these other free websites where everyone gets all the same multi-tracks. This is a great, great rock tune by James D. Cooler. Wet, Fast Burning Secret's the name of the tune. I really think you're going to dig it. It's a fun song. It really is. You can listen to the song right here. You scroll down, you'll see the mixing contest information where you're going to click on this. It's going to take you to another web page. It's going to tell you all about the mixing contest, what to do, how to do it, who to do it with. It's really cool. I think you're going to love it. And most importantly, the prize packages. We're giving away a bunch of hardware, giving away a bunch of plugins. So even if you're not a hardware guy or gal, we got some really cool plugins by Kit Plugins we're giving away. Some Blackbird bundles, $800 bundles. Okay? And the best thing about it is, got some student reviews. We have two tiers, a basic package and a pro package. And this is the cheapest I've ever sold an advanced mixing course. I have never sold an advanced mixing course for less than $100. Never. I did it this time around because I know people are struggling. Hell, just go to the grocery store. We're all struggling. Money's tight. The holidays are coming. I wanted to keep this as affordable as humanly possible. I wanted to get this course into as many hands as possible to give you all an opportunity to experience it and an opportunity to join the mixing contest. So I've never sold an advanced mixing course for less than $100. First time here. I'm doing it to try to help everybody. Check out each one of the packages. You could click the button. You could buy it right now. It's on sale for the next 5 days. All the FEQs are at the bottom of the page. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can go up here to the middle of the page and you can click on the mixing contest info. And then I have a whole video there telling you about the mixing contest. It's open now. You have 46 days and 52 minutes and 18 seconds to submit your mix. The mix deadline to have your mix submitted to the mixing contest is December 1st. I'm giving you about 6 weeks to mix this song. Plenty of time for you guys to mix it and get your mix in. Okay? Here's all the prizes. I won't go through every detail. You can read it on your own. First place prize for $3,200 worth of gear. $1,850, $750. So that's $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, almost $6,000 worth of stuff we're giving away. Okay? And then you're going to get to read all of this. So check out Hybrid Mixing Hard Rock. We'll talk about this a little bit later as people are starting to file in. You can do it right now. Okay? Go check that out. I know you're going to love it. Sorry for the person who just gave a thumbs down. He doesn't want to hear about it. It's okay. There's always someone in this bunch. They don't like it. Too bad. Get out of here. You don't like it. I'm just kidding. Anyhow, so let's go to the chat. Let's see who's here. I'll say hello to everyone, and then we'll talk about some other cool stuff that are coming. Again, type your questions. If you have any questions at all, I'll be glad to help you. Braxel's here. Hey, Braxel. My brother David S.J.'s here. How you doing? Vertigo's here. What's going on? You'll be working. And, oh, I can even put your comment out. You'll be working and you'll be watching. That's awesome. Don't work too hard. Yes, we have 2 live streams. Both channels. Both channels. Hey, Kane. Good to see you. Glad you caught the live stream. Great to have you here. 7 Ways Band. How are you? Good to see you. Alan N is here. Good to see you as well. Thank you for coming, everybody. Eagle Ray Rob is here. Megan Vor. Good to see you. Let's see who else. Let me scroll down here. Brian Kaufman's here. Hey, Brian, what's going on, brother? Good to see you as well. Kane B. Hey, Kane, what's up, buddy? I look great. Thank you very much. My girlish figure. I'm trying to. Thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Jeremy's here. Hey, Jeremy, what's going on? Good to see you as well. Boy, we got a lot of people here. Awesome. 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 Braxel. Hey, Braxel, what's up? Hey, oh, Dave, the Audioscape sold me their very first 609. Oh, you got the 00 serial number. Nice. I got one coming. They're sending me one. Then I got hit with a hurricane. I saw all the pictures on Instagram. I've been in close communication with Audioscape since before the storm, during the storm, and since the storm has ended, checking in with those folks, and they're doing well. Thankfully, nobody got hurt. They got a little bit of water. I thought I saw my 609 floating in the parking lot. But I think they're back to work now, and that's going to be really good. And there'll be a 609 showing up here in the very near future. The hurricane kind of put it a little bit behind schedule, but I believe I am on the workbench. My unit will be coming. Good for you. You got the very first one, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm sure you're going to love it, right? It sounds good on everything. It does. It really does. All right, come on. You know I'll always be dropping the KE knowledge, not the mic. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you saw the photos on Instagram. Hi, Higher Ground. How are you? Man, crazy, right? All that water. I love Florida, but man, I don't know if I'd want to deal with that. Hey, Johnny Lipsham's here. Hey, Johnny. I haven't seen you in a long, long time. Good to see you. Hope you and your family are doing well over in pre-Sonus land. Studio 17 dropped this week. Everybody knows. I can't tell you how many people have contacted me. They want to know, how come I didn't put my video out? I don't feel like there's really a need for me to put my video out. There's not enough upgrades from Studio 16 to Studio 17 that I felt like I really justified a video, at least for me. A lot of the stuff that they upgraded, which are really cool, by the way, a lot of really heavy music production stuff, not a lot in way of mixing and beginner kind of recording. So there's about 6 or 7 features in there that I think are pretty cool. But you got all the normal guys that are out there doing the videos. You don't need my video. If it was something I thought would be really, really cool, I would put one out. But I mean, I downloaded it. It's great. It does run a little bit more snappy, I noticed. A little bit more quick. It's a little bit more peppy than Studio 16. But aside from that, it looks the same. Most of it's the same. It's cool. It's great. Love Studio One. I still think it's the best DAW for beginners on the planet, bar none. But there's so many. It can do so much now. I don't even know what I would ask them to add to it, to be honest with you. Like if they said, hey, what would you like in there, Dave? We'll put something you want. I don't even know what. So I can't bash the update because there's not a ton of new stuff. There's a few new things, but the thing does everything so well already. I don't even know what else you would put in it, to be honest. But good to see you, Johnny, anyhow. Very good. Thank you for joining. Oh, Barks must be talking around. Okay. I definitely need hybrid training. Yak, go to the link, Mixing Hybrid Hard Rock. Now that's the 3rd mixing hybrid course I've done. There's 2 others that were done in 2020. One was in 2022, one was in 2023. If you purchase the new one, I'm almost certain you'll get an offer pop up on the screen to buy one of the old ones at, again, 50%. Like, I think it's something stupid like $60 or something. So you can get, if you buy it today or tonight, you could get a couple of courses, you know, almost like 2 courses for the price of one. It's almost a buy one, get one free deal, kind of. So definitely check that out. I think you'll love. You get all the multi-tracks, mixing contest, the whole thing. So that'll be really cool. All right, let's see. What else we got here? What else we got? Start typing your questions away. Start typing your questions as I get down to the end of the chat. Dave's got all these links in here. Dave, thanks so much. Again, check out all the links. If you're not subscribed to both YouTube channels, please do so. It really does help. Make sure you check all that stuff out. Eagle Ray Rob, you just purchased the Pro Plan. Thank you, brother. Looking forward to digging into the content. I love the Mixing Masterclass Volume 2. Oh, that's another one. I forgot even. Dave could probably put that in the chat too. Just recently, I think it was what, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, for all the complete in-the-box mixers, Mixing Masterclass Volume 2. That's another really good course. Eagle Ray Rob, thanks so much for the kind words on it. That's another one people may want to check out. Now, the mixing contest for that course is long gone, but you could still get the course. So if you're all in the box and you don't care about any of the hybrid stuff, go check out Mixing Masterclass Volume 2. Hey, Ted Guitar, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Hey, James, how are you, brother? Would love to hear you touch more on the IK Multimedia VSCs in your workflow. Oh, in your hybrid workflow. I don't really use them. I don't use the IK Multimedia stuff. I did do when they put out their, what was it, Total Max 6, I forget the name of it. You guys will know. Their new, their Max Studio 6 or whatever. I just did a video on that not too long ago. And there's another video that's coming very shortly at Home Recording Made Easy where I'm doing some mixing with it on YouTube. I don't use it in my hybrid workflow, not for any reason other than, again, I have kind of my favorites of things that I use. This particular hybrid course, I do introduce some new plugins that I've never shown before in any of my courses. So that's cool. Not any IK Multimedia. But stay tuned to the YouTube channel at Home Recording Made Easy. There will be some more videos around the IK Multimedia stuff, if you know what I mean. Okay, you bought Mixing Made Easy Volume 1. Thank you, Yak. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's a beginner's course, right? For people that are just kind of getting into mixing. All we use are the stock plugins that come with Studio One, but you can use any DAW. The hybrid stuff is more advanced. It's more advanced. So if you like Mixing Made Easy Volume 1 and you think you're ready for hybrid mixing, great. If you feel like you still need something between Volume 1 and hybrid, you still want to kind of get your chops down, try Mixing Made Easy Volume 2 and Mixing with Analog Style Plugins Made Easy. Those two courses will lead you right into hybrid mixing, right into hybrid mixing. But thank you for purchasing that. I hope you liked it. Let me know. Good to see you as well, Alan. Good to see you as well. DCMO Beats, what's up, brother? Hi, Kevin, doing very well. Thank you. Hope you're doing well as well. Okay, I already saw that one. Eagle, all right, let's see. I'm getting towards the bottom here. Thank you, Brian, so much for the super chat. Really do appreciate it. Again, hit that super chat button. Thank you, Brian. You're great. I love you very much. Thank you. Hey, Dave, is there a light on your Audioscape VA3A? No, none of the gear is on. It looks like there is because there's an overhead light, but the whole rack is turned off, so no. You just see a reflection. Nope. VA3A's pretty awesome. We use the VA3A in the hybrid mixing course. Yes, it's a reflection. All the gear's turned off. PreSonus Land is very busy, Johnny says, with Studio 17. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, as soon as it dropped, I got flooded with emails, and I always do, which is really cool. I mean, I appreciate it. Everyone wants to know, should I upgrade? Should I upgrade? What are my thoughts? Would I upgrade? I mean, I appreciate everyone cares what I think. I have the subscription plan, so I upgrade all the time. Even, like I said, there's no features in Studio 17 that I will personally use that wasn't in Studio 16, but I use it, you know, for music production and guys that write and record their own music. Oh man, they got a lot of cool things in Studio 17. And if you're on their subscription plan, which I know they changed again, I don't even know what the hell they call it anymore. It seems like every 18 months, Studio One PreSonus changes the way the names and the subscriptions and this and that. But I will tell you that the new subscription plan, and they gotten rid of some of the confusion, and there's no artist, there's no Prime. It's only Studio One Pro, which I think was a smart move. And you virtually get everything they put out. All the music libraries, all the sound libraries, all the VSTs, all the third-party plugin emulations, all that stuff is all built into their annual or monthly subscription. And I think there's something to do with if you you can also buy a perpetual license. So they have a pricing structure and a package and a plan for everybody at every budget, at every price point, which I think is great. And so whether you should upgrade or not, when people ask me, it really depends on the features. And what you use it for. I think they make it better and better all the time. At least it runs more efficiently. I will say that. It does run more peppy. So that's really great. So yeah, so it all depends on what you want to do. Hey, Dave, I need a class on. What do you need a class on? Up here he goes. Do you have a class on compression? Of course I do. Compression made easy. Uncle David SJ will put this. I know David SJ is working overtime. I got to buy him some dinner when he comes up next time. Dave, if you'll put compression made easy link in the chat. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I have a whole class on compression for beginners called Compression Made Easy. Says you can't understand the LA2A. They act differently from a normal digital compressor. Absolutely. Get yourself Compression Made Easy, because that'll not only teach you the differences between, let's say, the stock compressor in your DAW and something like an LA2A and others, but we do a lot of listening examples back and forth where we play certain elements, and I try to hone you in on what you should be listening for, right? How to hear compression, because that's the biggest challenge with beginner mixers. All the other stuff is pretty easy. Learning how to use EQ, you can hear it. You boost a frequency, you can hear it. You cut a frequency, you can hear it. You know, reverb delay, you put it on, you can hear it, that kind of thing. But compression is difficult for people that are new to get their ear tuned into what to listen for. Unless they overdo compression, which usually will make things sound not as good, but that's the only way they can audibly hear it. Compression Made Easy is where I teach you how to listen and what to listen for, and how to use compression. So yes, we have a course. I'm sure there'll be a link in the chat soon. If not, go to homerecordingmadeeasy.com, go to the training course page, and then go to the beginners training courses, and you'll see Compression Made Easy there. Hey, Robert, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Yep, Dave's working overtime here. There's the Mixing Masterclass Volume 2 that just came out. You want to check that out. Here's Mixing with Analog Style Plugins Made Easy. Just follow David SJ's links. He's listening, and he's putting he's throwing everything up there for me. I love you, Dave. Thank you so much. Okay, Johnny says, for the newcomer folks around here, the Mixing Made Easy courses are fantastic. Thank you, Johnny. They seriously help you get started. Dave will go back over it. Yeah, Dave and I, yeah, we do. I think more than 10 years, right, Johnny? Yeah. And I've even made a couple of courses. He did some MIDI programming courses way back in the day. So the mixing, all the Made Easy courses are all done in the DAW Studio One, although except for the Studio One specific courses, which is a separate page on the website for that. And if you go to Home Recording Made Easy training courses, you'll see the 3 categories of courses: beginners, Studio One, intermediate, advanced. All the mixing courses, with the exception of the Studio One courses, are all done in Studio One, but the way they're taught, they really apply to any DAW. Cubase, Reaper, Pro Tools, Luna, doesn't matter. Whatever DAW you're using, whatever version of the DAW that you're using, all those Made Easy courses will apply to you, okay? When we talk about Studio One specific, and I got some exciting news to talk about that when we're talking about version 7, the Studio One training courses are specific to Studio One. And every time they put out a new version, which is about every 18 months to 2 years, roughly, Johnny would correct me on that, but that's what it seems like, about every year and a half or so, they go from version 5 to version 6, from version 6 to version 7. There are 3 courses that I always upgrade when the new versions come out. The first one is the PreSonus Studio One Beginner's Guide. Anybody that's new to Studio One for the first time, you absolutely want that course. I will save you hundreds of hours of frustration. Hundreds. You want the Beginner's Guide. Then the next course is Studio One Mixing in Studio One, okay, where we focus only on Studio One, but we also focus on a lot of the unique plugins that only Studio One offers that no other DAW offers. Things like the Pultec EQ, things like the SSL bus compressor, things like the LA2A, the 1176, and a bunch others. They're the only DAW that I know of that has a full plugin suite of analog style plugins that come with Studio One at no extra charge. You don't need to buy a third-party plugin, right? We focus on those. So speaking of mixing in Studio One, tomorrow I am finishing up the new Mixing in Studio One course for version 7. That will come out on October 31st. You'll see some posts on my socials about it. So in a couple of weeks, Mixing in Studio One version 7 will come out. It's going to be really cool. And we're going to use some of the new features in 7 that aren't in 6 and that kind of a thing. And then we also have a recording course, Recording in Studio One Made Easy, for beginners, first time ever using. So if you're a Studio One user, I got you covered. If you use any other DAW and you're a new mixer, new recorder, new at mastering, or whether you're intermediate or whether you're advanced, I have a course for you. I have an entire online school, and Johnny was a part of that not too long ago. And thank you for the kind words, Johnny. So make sure you go to homerecordingmadeeasy.com and check all that stuff out, man. Check it all out. It's all there. Hey, Malcolm. Did you hear from Audioscape, the Fair Comp? Yep, I saw it. Yep, I saw it. It's coming, they say, by the end of the year. I don't think it's coming by the end of the year. My guess is it's going to be in Q1 of next year. Say it's going to sell for like $7,000, the 670. We'll see. I don't know. Do you have a new piece of analog gear in your studio? Oh, do I have a favorite new piece? I think it's my favorite, but I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. You can't really see it. It's up top there, right under the light. There's a brand new piece of gear there by GainLab Audio called the Governor Stereo Compressor, Tube Compressor. I just got that in. I got to try it out and do some videos for it for the channel. But it looks really cool. I'm really interested to try that out. The other new piece, I guess I'll jump to the other new piece of gear for the Mixing Music Analog channel for the reviews. There's another product on the way from a company out in the Ukraine called RSE Audio. They make a stereo VA3A compressor that's on the way. I got the tracking number the other day. It's coming from Ukraine, so as you can imagine, it's going to take some time. But it's on it's on a FedEx plane or a FedEx boat, but it's somewhere in transit. So we're going to be getting that. So we're going to be testing out a VA3A stereo VA3A compressor, as well as the Governor by GainLab Audio. And there's also a couple other pieces of gear that might be sneaking in here, but I really can't talk about that yet because I haven't confirmed all of it. So a lot of new gear coming in and out for videos. We're going to try stuff out. We're going to demo a bunch of stuff, all that stuff. So that's the new hardware that's coming. Yeah. So good question. Love the Fader Port 16 video. You made me choose the right MIDI controller. Excellent. Fader Port 16 is pretty good. Now, I don't have any inside information, but Johnny does, but I'm sure he won't say anything. I got to think there's a new Fader Port coming soon. Got to think. That product line is long in the tooth. It's going to be coming soon. My guess is it's on the, it's probably in beta, or they're building some demo units or whatever, but I can't wait for them to put out a new Fader Port. I want to see what they do because the first one is pretty good. But I'm interested to see what the new one is going to look like when and if there's a new one. I got to think there will be. I got to think there will be. Okay, Johnny's good. Johnny's a rep. Johnny works with PreSonus, so he can give us some clarification. They call the new subscription Studio One Pro Plus. Okay, there you go. I personally wanted to call it Jeff, but got voted in the product meeting. Okay. Studio One Pro Plus, which gives you everything. Everything. Every piece of content, everything they got comes in that Studio One Pro Plus. And they got a lot of stuff, man. They got a lot of stuff. It's a great DAW. Robert said he owns all of the courses, and yeah, you do. You own probably most of them. Robert's been around with me since, I think, since the beginning. Probably going on 10 years, right, Robert? Home Recording Made Easy is what? 2024 is a 10-year anniversary. We started in the fall of 2014. That was the first time I launched homerecordingmadeeasy.com, and the first training course was Mixing Made Easy. That was it. That's all I had. One course, Mixing Made Easy. That was it. 10 years later, here we are. I don't know how many courses we have, but it's like close to 20. And we keep building new ones. We got more stuff involved now. Now we're doing analog stuff. We got all kinds of stuff. So I appreciate you, Robert, for being there and supporting all these years. Yeah, I got by mistake dinner. Usually we do pizza, but next time out, I got to take him to a restaurant. He's working hard tonight for sure. Hey, Higher Grounds, how are you, brother? Do I have anything in the rack since you missed the last live stream? No, nope. Nope, just that audio gain, the Gain Lab Audio governor, but it's not even in the rack yet. But no, everything is the same. Everything's the same. Is it okay for me to have no even small knowledge of that industry, but I love to sing and hoping that my originally composed song will be recorded in any recording studio? Let me see here if I can understand what you're saying. Is it okay for me that having no even small knowledge of the industry, but I love to sing? I'm not sure if I understand the question. Is what okay? It's okay. Of course it's okay. You love to sing? Awesome. And you're hoping that my originally composed song will be recorded in any recording studio. Okay. Johnny says that they used to put it out every 18 months. Yeah, that sounds about right. From next year, new versions will be done differently. There will be Dateline based such as 25.6, 25.8, more features released sooner. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. So maybe there'll be more dot updates as opposed to a full-on, 7, 8, 9, that kind of thing. I don't even know what other features you're going to put in the damn thing, to be honest with you. I honestly don't know. It's funny because I would say probably 98% of the people that use any of these DAWs, they probably only use 5% or 10% of what the DAW is even capable of doing. Most people, I would imagine. So I don't even know what other features I would say PreSonus ought to put this in Studio One. I don't know. You got everything. I mean, you really do. So, anywho, is the Studio Live a part of your training as well? No. I have some videos on the YouTube channel for Studio Live, but I don't personally own a Studio Live at this time. So no, I don't. That's another thing that needs to be updated. And again, Johnny probably know, I gotta think there's a new Studio Live coming soon too. They need to update that, especially that. And again, Johnny, that ridiculous touchscreen that they got on that mixer. You know what that PreSonus Live mixer needs to act like? And you ever see that Behringer Wing? That kind of a touchscreen. That's the kind of touchscreen that needs to be in a Studio Live. And my guess is the next version of the Studio Live will have something similar to that. I still think, because I've used every Studio Live mixer since Studio Live mixers were a thing. That is the best, for me, the best digital mixer, live, easy to use, most flexible mixer on the planet. Better than anything else that's out there at that price point, in my opinion. But it's dated. It needs to be updated. That and the fader port. Johnny, get on that. But no, the Studio Live is not a part of my course training. The Studio Live also is a DAW controller, but it doesn't do it quite well. Go watch my videos on YouTube. You'll see I'm not a fan of the DAW control component of it. It could be done so much better. But at the time that mixer came out, and again, I remember when the Studio Live Series 3 came out, it was the first digital mixer that did DAW control. It was a massive feature, and it really hasn't been updated or improved since that time. A little bit, but not really. I would not buy that mixer just to do DAW control, buy a fader port. But for an all-in-one solution with all the inputs in your studio, for recording and such, great. For live use, great. Nice centerpiece, good mixer. I think if they can just build upon that and just bring it up to 2024, 2025 standards so it doesn't look like a piece of technology from 15 years ago, I think they will. I think they will. Don't know when. Or when they do, I would love to feature it here on the channel if they're willing to send me a loaner. I would do that. You're definitely trying to get into Studio One. I'm telling you, I say this all the time. Again, all these DAWs do the same thing, by the way. And I don't work for PreSonus, as Johnny will tell you. I pay for my subscription, just like everybody else. I get nothing for free. And I've used them all. I have them all. Pro Tools, Cubase. The only one I don't use is Reaper, which I know is very popular. Pro Tools, Cubase, Logic, Studio One. Those are the big ones. Luna. For someone that wants... Here's the reason why I think it's the best DAW, especially for people that are new to home recording and setting up a home studio. One, it is super intuitive. Two, one of the things that I think, again, could maybe be at one point a downside is now it does so much. And when you open up the screen, there are so many things it can do on the screen that it could be a little overwhelming, but it does everything from soup to nuts. But I wish they would, well, it doesn't matter. It's intuitive. It does everything. It is the most stable DAW I've ever used. Mac, PC, doesn't matter. And I've been using Studio One since Studio One version 1 point, right before version 2. I got the last 1 point, whatever the hell it was. And then like within 2 or 3 weeks, it went to version 2.0. And that's really where I jumped in. But most importantly, is you got an online community that's the best of any DAW I've ever seen. Between the Facebook groups and such, there are so many resources to help you getting up and running and navigating. And if you have a problem, the user community, to me, is still the most active, comparatively speaking to the other DAWs, at least in my experience. And there's the most training resources. I mean, I got, like you heard earlier, I got 3 completely dedicated courses just to learning Studio One in the most basic form to help you get up and running without being overwhelmed. So I would tell you, check it out, man. Check it out. Dave said he wants to be there for the IRSE, not RSA compressor. But yeah, you'll be here for that one. Yeah, you'll be here for that for sure. Okay, I'm scrolling around. Okay, let me tell you about, keep typing your questions. So what I told you about the Studio One mixing in Studio One version 7 comes out October 31st. Probably right before Thanksgiving, the new version for the Studio One Beginner's Guide will be coming for version 7. That will be coming. It was supposed to come out the same day as the mixing one, but it's not going to. It's that was a little bit too aggressive for me to try to get 2 courses done inside of 2 weeks. But the Beginner's Guide will come out by Thanksgiving. So we'll have a brand new Studio One Beginner's Guide for version 7. If you buy version 1.6 now, I posted it recently on one of the socials. If you buy PreSonus Beginner's Guide version 6, you'll get version 7 for free when it comes out. You'll just be upgraded. From a beginner's standpoint, the Beginner's Guide for version 6 and for version 7 are almost identical, going to be almost identical. There's no real difference in the way you'll use the program. They look exactly the same. They function exactly the same. The only reason why I upgrade these to the newest version is for people that are coming into Studio One for the first time. They're coming in at the latest version, version 7. So they want to see a course that pertains to their version. But I'm telling you, if you're thinking tonight about getting into Studio One and you want the Beginner's Guide, go get version 6. You can use it with version 7. It's almost identical. And when version 7 comes out, I will just put it in your account for free. So that's what's going on with the Beginner's Guide. Let's see. Oh, and then I think it will happen this year. We're working on it. But we are waiting for version 7 to come out. Myself, along with a colleague, some of you may remember him from doing the Cover Song Mixing Challenge, Brandon Van Allen, we are collaborating on working on a Studio One songwriting, production, mixing, and mastering course, all in one course for beginners. As a matter of fact, as I sit here right now, it wouldn't surprise me if Brandon was home filming part of that course. So that course is actually going to be 3 courses over the next 6 months. Check this out. So the first course, you're going to see Brandon doing all the recording where he has a song, a 3-chord or 4-chord song idea from scratch. He's going to show you not only how he records it in Studio One and all the cool tools like the chord wheel and the arranger and the scratch pad and all that stuff. Yes. But he's going to show you his production and how he produces a song, how he comes up with an idea. And then how does he take that idea and flush it out to a song? You're going to see that all in real time. How he does it, his techniques, his songwriting techniques, his production techniques, all done in Studio 1.7, only using the virtual instruments, the tools, and the things that come in Studio 1.7. No third-party stuff allowed in this particular songwriting course, Volume 1. He'll be using a combination of VST instruments in Studio One, as well as, live acoustic guitar, live electric guitar. I don't know if he plays bass. Using Impact as the drum kit, programming drums, all of that. He's going to write it, record it, produce it. Going to send it to me. We're going to mix it all in Studio One, just using Studio One plugins. And we're going to master it. That's Volume 1. Volume 2, which will come out about 4 to 6 months later, maybe, roughly. Where Volume 1 left off, that song, that's going to be more of a basic stripped down version of a song. Volume 2 is going to pick up right where that left off, where he's going to now take that song, that more stripped down, more basic arrangement song, and build upon that. Build extra layers, different arrangements, and build it up. Build the song up from a basic song to something that's a little bit more flushed out. Things where we're maybe adding more harmonies and more, string sections, and he's going to build up the production. So then you can see how we take a song that's kind of basic and middle of the road and how we build it up to a more fancy production. That'll be Volume 2. And then we're going to send it over, we're going to mix it, we're going to master it, and we're going to use a combination of Studio One and third-party plugins. We're going to get a little bit more fancy. And then if everything goes well in the world, by the end of next year, we're going to have Volume 3, where we're going to take that song in Volume 2, and then he's going to go full bore. And we're not going to use programmed drums anymore. He's going to get a real drummer, real live drums, right? We're going to use, from the mixing, he's going to flush it all out, use more organic live instruments, even build on the song further, right? Completely flush it out. Then when we mix it, we're not only going to do it in the box, and we're also going to do it analog. So you're going to see over the next 14, 15 months, 3 different courses that take a song from its infancy all the way through a full-scale production, all in Studio 1.7, using mostly the Studio One stuff, at least in the first 2 volumes. By Volume 3, we'll be using some different tools along with Studio One. And you will see all the mixing techniques from the very beginning right through, using analog stuff and everything in between. So it'll be like a master class on how you write a song, produce a song, record a song, mix a song, master a song. That's all coming up over the next 15 months. So we are just in the beginning stages of doing the first volume now. You'll probably see that out before the end of this year. Okay? So that's another exciting thing that's coming up. We're working like busy little beavers over here. If anybody has any questions about any of this stuff, by all means, please ask. Okay, let me scroll down the chat a little bit more here. Let's see. So Dave, HRME Volume 1, you talk about gain staging and the trim plugin. Yep. Could you just skip that step and use clip gain? Yes, you can. As a matter of fact, depending on the course you're mixing Volume 1, yes, absolutely. Yes, you don't have to use the trim plugin or the mix tool in Studio One. You can just use clip gain. As a matter of fact, Alan, if I remember right, and again, I have so many courses, I don't remember, but I'm surprised I wouldn't have mentioned that, saying you can do either or. If I didn't, I should have. But the answer to your question is yes. Yes. Okay, David's talking about mixingmadeeasy.net. Yes, mixingmadeeasy.net, our mixing membership website. For people that don't know, it's been around 6 years. This year is the last year. It's going away. It's closing down. But you can go to that link, mixingmadeeasy.net. If you weren't a member, or maybe you were just recently a member, I have all 8 years of the monthly content available for people who want it. Just go to mixingmadeeasy.net. There's a video there. It explains everything. Send me an email, and I can hook you up with a ton of content there. Hey, John, better late than never. That's true. That's true. Robert says he started with the Quick Mix in 2015. Wow, yeah, Quick Mix series. That's been going a long time. That was before mixingmadeeasy.net. Wow, 2015. I still have all those I have all those courses as well too. I don't offer them for sale, but I have them all. I'd like to get a controller, but you need a small one. Braxel says you have a fader port way back, but it was a pain to program. You know, all of those DAW controllers really are. Those DAW controllers are really not what I don't, well, it's not that I don't, what they're great for is having the faders and having a transport, really cool. But once you start getting into programming plugin parameters and stuff, it's a nightmare. With most of them, the fader port's no different than all the other ones. I wish somebody would, well, before Fender bought PreSonus and stuff, I was talking to one of the designers of the fader port. We had a couple of Zoom meetings, and I gave him some ideas of what I thought the next fader port needed to be, and how I thought you can build into that a really good dedicated plugin controller that was done right. But the cost of that would probably be out of the price bracket of what they would need to bring a product in at. But yeah, if you're looking for a DAW controller to do plugin control, most of them are terrible. And it's not their fault. It's just every plugin's got so many parameters. How do you do it? Unless you're like SSL with their little UC1 where it's dedicated channel strip and that kind of thing, which is cool. Or the Softube Console 1 is probably the next closest thing. But if you're looking for a DAW controller that is so universal that can control everything, none of them do it well. And it's almost impossible. I think it's not the fault of the company or the product. It's just you're asking it to do something that's very challenging. I think SSL has done the best at it, but they have dedicated plugins, right? So even though now on their UC1 with their 360 software, you can program any plugin, and that's as clunky and as crazy as any of the other products out there. It just doesn't do a good job of it. Certain plugins it does, most plugins it doesn't. At least in my opinion. So, hey Ted, have you seen the Universal Audio 2nd Gen? I've heard of it. I've seen it online. I've never put my hands on one. Yeah, I don't know much about them other than they say they've upgraded some stuff here and there. They're probably still superly overpriced. But I've had lots of Apollo interfaces over the years, and they're all great. They're all really good. And back in the day when Universal Audio was really one of the only ones where you can use these classic third-party plugins like the 1176 LA2A Pultec on the DSP, the Shark chips, which I know is kind of antiquated technology, but it works. They were the first ones to really do it, at least in my memory, where the computer power back then, the computer specs were such that you couldn't run plugins like that on your computer. It would just crash. So having the offload of the plugins on their box at the time, I think was pretty revolutionary. Now today, with all with the power of computers today, and now Universal Audio is doing everything native now, the need for a box like that is becoming less and less. So the big, at least in, I don't know about the new Apollos, I'd have to look at the detail, but one of the reasons why the price is so high on those products is because of all the internal DSP power. But if you strip all that away, you just have a really good quality audio interface. But are they head and shoulders better than the first one? I don't know. They'll claim that they are, but are they really? I don't know. No, it's RSE audio, not RSA. There was a typo. Oh, you're here now. Okay, I just saw that. Good evening, I mixed up. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, let's see. What is the minimum number of outputs to get started with hybrid mixing? Well, 2. If you had 2 dedicated outputs, 2 line outs, 2 line ins, you could run your whole stereo mix out to, say, a stereo bus compressor or something like the SSL Fusion or something like that. So 2 is minimum. The more outputs you have, the more analog equipment you can run your stuff through, but you only need two. You only need two. And that's why I tell people to start. If you're getting into hybrid, and people say, where do I start? What do I buy? What do I do? I don't know what to get. I always say start on the master bus. Run your whole mix out of your DAW through your piece of gear on your master bus, whether that's a compressor EQ combo, whether it's something like the SSL Fusion, which is kind of an all-in-one saturation stereo widener, little a light compressor, a transformer circuit. Run your whole mix through that and then print it back in on your other two inputs. That's where I would tell people to start. And then from there, you can branch, work your way backwards. But yeah, just two. Yeah, Alan, I thought I did. I might not have, so I'm glad you asked the question. I'm glad you asked the question. Okay, Dave's throwing all these links in there. Thank you so much, Dave. No, Braxel, I thought I read something about Jake Ely being shot. I didn't. Is that a real story? I don't know if that was, fake news or, you never know online anymore. You never know online anymore. If that's really true, man, that's a horrible thing. But it looks like he's going to be okay. Okay, that's really good. Man, you hate to hear that. Have you seen the new SSL2? No, what's the SSL? Oh, the little interface. Yeah, I did see that. Again, I don't know what the difference is between that and the first one. They look very similar to me. There's probably a couple of new bells and whistles, but I haven't, try it out or anything like that. But yeah. All these companies, they got to keep putting out new products, man. They got to keep putting out new products. They just have to. It's the only way they're going to stay in business. Only way we're going to stay in business. Okay, we've been on here about an hour. Okay, if you're coming in late, why are we here today? Well, we're here to just say hi and to talk to everybody. But, again, I want to tell you the mixing hybrid, hard rock, went on sale today, 50% off for the next week. Go to the link that Dave's putting in the chat. Check it out. You're going to love it. Join the mixing contest. Win a bunch of free gear and plugins. This is really cool. I'm really proud of this course. If you're looking for something more intermediate level mixing, you're looking to see how we handle a real client project, this course is absolutely for you. It doesn't matter whether you work all with plugins, whether you work with analog, or whether you work truly hybrid. This course covers all workflows. It really does. So check this out. Read all the information. Check out the song we're going to be mixing. Go check out the mixing contests and all the stuff that's involved with that. I want to hear your mixes. I want you guys to win some gear. I want to give away some stuff. Okay? So that's coming up for the next 4 or 5 days. If you're on the Home Recording Made Easy email list, you'll be getting some emails throughout the week reminding you. But now's the time to buy it. Right now. And this week, it's the cheapest I've ever sold an advanced mixing course. By 50%. I never sell a mixing course of an advanced level like this for less than this. Never. For this price. Never. So, go get it now. Okay? Jump on it. Get on it. Let's keep in the chat. Henry says he's been using the Dutchman audio mic instead of more expensive one. I think it's great. Oh, awesome. I don't know of that company. You just turned me on to something. I've never heard of that, man. If anyone has any other questions, hit me up in the chat right now. Go ahead. We're only going to stay on a little bit longer unless you guys have a bunch of questions. And if you do, I'm here to help any way I can. So get on it. Get on that chat room. It is the VA3A. Oh, what's the name of it? It's RSE, not RSA. And it's their stereo VA3A compressor. The name escapes me. They only make a few products on their website. You'll see it. Was waiting for the video for the SA609. Oh, it's great. Stam audio, great. Got too anxious, and mine was recently delivered. The MK2 version, love it. Awesome. Great, great compressor. Yeah, there's a video for it. All the videos for the Mixing Music Analog channel between now and the end of the year have already been done. They're all posted and scheduled to come out every Tuesday. There'll only be maybe one or two other ones that'll be put in the middle of that. Will be the Governor compressor and the RSE that we're talking about. Those will sneak in sometime around probably first or second week of November. But the 609 is in there somewhere. I just don't know when it's coming out. But I'm glad you got it, and I'm glad you love it. Another 10% off. Forget it. Come on, man. You want to support what I do? Nobody sells content like this at any price point. I'm the cheapest guy on the market by a lot. And I have more content in my courses than all the competition. I could promise you that. So yeah, 50% off's the best I can do, brother. If it's outside your budget, I totally understand. It's okay. It's okay. But I can't give this stuff away. I got a kid that's got to go to college too in a few years. We all got to make a living, right? We all got to make a living. So anyway, cool. What are the things I want to tell you about? And I'll answer some more questions. The songwriting course is done. Oh, the last thing I want to tell you for all the home recording made easy is in 2025, all of, with the exception of the newest courses that I just told you about tonight, all of the courses that are, you know, EQ, compression, mastering, mixing made easy, 1, 2, 3, and 4, analog style plugins, parallel compression, all of those courses were all done in 2020. They're coming up on 5 years old. All those courses are going to be completely rebuilt throughout the year of 2025. So you're going to see a complete rebuild, a complete refresh of all of those courses where I'm going to add more content, more, and I think better multi-track recordings for you guys to work on. So that's all coming up next year. So by the end of next year, my plan is to have rebuilt every course on the website from the fall of 24 through the end of 25. So everything is current, up to date, better presented, and all that jazz. So there'll be all kinds of new stuff coming next year, and home recording made easy in particular. There'll be 2 more hybrid mixing courses as well. The next one will be hybrid mixing, or mixing hybrid, country. That will come out sometime probably in the first quarter of 2025. And then we're going to do probably in the summer, mixing hybrid heavy metal, which people have been asking me about. So that'll come out sometime in the summer. So we got country and metal coming. It's coming. So a ton of new content, That's a good try, Alan, good try. Go out to the website, get the course. Get the course. You can afford the extra $10. I'm sure you can. Okay, man, do we have any other questions? Anything about any of the videos? Anything about any of the channels, any of the courses, anything at all, hit me in the comments and let me know. What can I do for you? Really complaining about 10% I can't afford either, but Dave's taught me a lot free on YouTube. I got a ton of stuff on YouTube. I'm sure the paid stuff is well worth it. It is. But yes, if you can't afford it, and again, hey man, everyone's got budgetary concerns, man. Believe me, I do too, man. There's over 2,000 videos between my 2 YouTube channels that are absolutely free. You can always go there. I have something for everybody. So if you can't afford the paid stuff, I totally understand. It's totally cool. I will always continue to put stuff on YouTube. The stuff on the website is just way more fully featured, way more in depth and all that stuff, you know, so, but YouTube is there for free. And if you're learning from the YouTube channel, right on, man, right on. Do you do any hip hop mixing? Feeling you make a great course on that too. I don't, because I really don't work inside of that genre very much. I do R&B, but I don't do full on hip hop, rap, that kind of stuff. It's just not just not my bag, you know? And I don't get a lot of requests for it. But again, all the stuff that I teach, all the mixing and, you know, mastering and EQ compression, all the techniques from one genre to another, they completely apply. There's nothing different about mixing a snare drum in metal as it is in country. Yeah, the tone is different and stuff, but the basic principles apply. So I don't do I don't do a hip hop mixing course because I just don't work in that style of music very much. Are you going to make a new video on the fader port 16? No, not on the old fader port. I have 4 videos on it or 3 videos on it on the channel. There's really no reason for me to make another one. Now, if PreSonus puts out a new unit and it looks cool and I could get my hands on one, I'd be happy to do it. But I don't really know, except for like Johnny Lipsham and a couple of buddies. I don't really know anybody. When they got bought by Fender, all of the people that I used to work with that used to send me stuff, they're all gone. They all left PreSonus and Fender. They all left and went to other companies. So I really don't have the inside relationships I once had, where if a new product came out, I had 3 people I could call in that company. They'd send it to me the next day. I don't have that relationship anymore. They never even contacted me about being on the beta testing for Studio 17. There's other YouTubers out there that they're more into, and that's totally cool. I don't care. Just saying, I don't have that inside track. So unless they were going to send me one of their new units, you won't see it on the channel. I'm certainly not going to buy it to do a YouTube video. But if they send it to me and they want me to do a series on it like I've done, and I don't think there's any other YouTube channel, I could be wrong about this, but I don't think there's any other YouTube channel that's done all the different videos on all the different DAW controllers where I do 4 or 5 videos for each brand. I don't think anyone's done them. I've done all of them. I think I've done more fader port videos than anyone's ever done. I think. Now, I might have changed. But back in the day, if you wanted to know how to use that thing and wanted to know the good, the bad, and the ugly, my videos were the only ones that you could watch from beginning to ends. That might have changed, though. So anyway, the answer is no new videos for the current model. New model comes out. If PreSonus is watching this or Johnny passes it along to someone at the company and they want to work with me, I'd be happy to, because I love PreSonus and I love their products and I use them, as we talked about tonight. Then there'll be some videos. Maybe. So I guess the answer to your question would be maybe. You have 8 outs, 4 stereo buses. Whoops, I lost your question here. How would you use 4 buses in hybrid mixing? Drum bus, lead guitar. If you have 8 outputs, I would use a pair for the master bus. Then I would use, would you have 4 stereo? Pair for the master, pair for drums, drums bass. That's 2. Pair for vocals, vocals, background vocals. That's 3. And maybe a pair for everything else. That's how I would do it. I think that's how I would do it. I love the automation in the Pro Plan. Automation is where I need help. Check out the Pro Plan. I show you how I have 3 videos. It's an hour's worth of automation. Showing you how I do it on the console, how I do it with some of the hardware to make it recallable. But most importantly, what I talk about is really my philosophy on automation. Why, how, when. Yeah, you see me do the mechanics of some of it. But to me, the mechanic, anyone can show you how to move a fader, right? But what's the thought process about automation? Why should you use automation? When should you not use automation? That's what I really talk in the Pro Plan course on my whole thought process and how I think about it and how I do it. So if you like that in the Pro Plan, go check it out. It'll give you some ideas that you could put into your own workflow, whether you're working analog or whether you're working in the box, because it's all the same. I don't have any questions. That's okay. But I want to say I really appreciate what you bring to the table on your YouTube. Thank you so much. Came across Mixing Music Analog a couple of months ago and got hooked instantly. Awesome, Kevin. Thank you so much. Doesn't matter if you don't have any questions. I really do appreciate the kind words, and I'm glad the channel is helping you. That's what it's all about. My 2 YouTube channels are really there for one purpose and one purpose only, to help people and try to share some of my experience and knowledge and give you an unbiased opinion on the products and the gear I show you, whether it's hardware, plugins, DAWs, or otherwise, because 99% of the time, I pay for most of this stuff. There are certain situations where I work with companies to do things, but I disclose all of that. But I'm here to really share knowledge and help. I'm one of the few YouTube channels in this space, I think, that where YouTube isn't the bulk of their income. I make very little money on YouTube. I'm not a big YouTube channel. So therefore, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to share my experience and try to do it in a way that's honest so it can help you make better informed decisions when you're buying stuff for your studio. That's what my two channels are. That's what they've always been, and that's what they will always continue to be. So thank you so much. I'm glad that it helps. Nice. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all your purchases, man. Anything that you guys purchase from me, I really do appreciate. Without you guys purchasing my courses and following what I do, there's no home recording made easy, and there's no mixing music analog. And when you guys stop buying the content, good old Uncle Dave will go away and do something else. But as long as I'm here and I'm helping, it's guys like you that help keep the lights on here. I try to put out enough stuff that covers enough beginner, intermediate, advanced, absolutely free, low cost, more premium stuff to try to cover all the bases so I can help everybody in some way. Whether you have the budget to spend on some of my more expensive stuff or whether you don't and you just need some help, I have the free stuff as well. So I appreciate everything you guys purchase. When you guys purchase stuff, all you're doing is helping promote what I do, and it helps you get more stuff from me. If you guys don't buy the stuff, there won't be any more home recording made easy or mixing music analog. I agree. I started watching this channel from the beginning, and I've been introduced to lots of wonderful products that you own. Awesome. This is a different channel that offers great info and content. Thank you so much. And I'm not an affiliate with, I don't think I'm an affiliate with any company. In other words, you go out and buy their products, I don't get anything. I am an affiliate of Sweetwater, but you guys know that. I am an affiliate of Zounds Music. So if you guys buy anything, whether you see it on my channel or not, if you guys are using my links, I get a small little commission. But aside from that, if I show you the fader port by PreSonus and tell you this is great, go out and buy it, I don't get an affiliate. I get nothing for that. Zero. Nothing. PreSonus doesn't pay me. I don't get affiliate. And that's like that with all the companies. Same thing with plugins. As a matter of fact, it's funny. I had a meeting with a plugin company this week that'll be nameless. Great plugin company, by the way. I've done lots of their plugins on the channel. And they offered to make me an affiliate. That if I do some more of their plugins and you guys buy their plugin, I get a kickback. I said, I don't want it. I don't want to be an affiliate because I'm not here to sell you stuff. I'm here to show you, tell you what I think. And then I feel comfortable saying, if you go out and buy it, great. If you don't buy it, that's okay. I don't get anything whether you buy it or not. And then that way, people don't have to feel like I'm only telling you something's good because if you buy it, I get some money. That's not true, especially with plugins. So I'm glad that you own a lot of the things that I've shown and that they've worked for you and you're happy. That's awesome. All right, do we have any other questions? Anything at all? I know I'm a little bit behind here on the chat here. Kevin says that the Origins install videos are what got you hooked. Yeah, those were fun, right? In the first place, it gives me a much better understanding and appreciation for the hybrid workflow and the I/O involved there. Yeah, those were fun videos. David SJ, my buddy, we had a lot of fun doing those videos. And all we really tried to do, and me and Dave said it on many of those early videos, and those videos are not, as Kevin knows, or anyone else that has watched them, they're not high production, they're not fancy edits. We just threw a camera up in the room with a shotgun mic. You hear the air conditioner in the background. And we wanted to just show as real world as possible what it was really like to plan out and set up an analog mixing room. And, I think the information there is killer. We tried to create a set of videos, Kevin, that I wish there were when I went out and bought a console. I had no idea what I was getting myself into because no one ever made any videos on it. And there still is, go out and look, there are still no videos on it. Yeah, you see some videos from people who will show a 5-minute video where they time-lapsed it, where they show you put in their console, and that's cool, that's really cool. But nobody, I mean nobody, to this day, as far as I know, and if there's a link out there, show me. Maybe there is, and if there is, I'm gonna go watch it because I love watching this stuff too. Nobody pulled the curtain back and showed you dragging the thing in, how to hook up every single cable, how to hook up a whole rack full of gear. Well, at the time, as Kevin knows, wasn't a whole rack full of gear. It was a small rack full of gear. And just talking out loud on camera, our whole thought process on how we thought things were going to work and how we thought we knew certain things. And then you fast forward 2.5 years later, and the room doesn't look anything like it did back then. So basically what we wanted to do is we wanted to learn live on camera and just film it and put it out there. And hopefully people would binge watch it and found it interesting. And a lot of yous have. A lot of yous have. It was, and so as down and dirty as raw as those videos are, I think if you have the patience to sit through it because you're really interested in this stuff, you'll learn a mountainful on how to set up a system like this. And if you really binge watch all this stuff and you're in the middle of trying to plan out something similar for your studio, we probably will have saved you thousands of dollars from making mistakes that we made. So I hope the videos were helpful. And thank you for watching them all. Hey, James D. Cooler's in the house. James D. Cooler is the artist. Hi, James. How are you, buddy? Seeing as James is here, it's a perfect segue. Again, one more time this stream, guys. This is why we're here tonight. Again, mixing hybrid hard rock featuring James D. Cooler, Wet Fast Burning Secret. Make sure you go check out all of James's content on his social media platforms. An amazing artist, wonderful songwriter and producer. We've featured several of his songs on the channel in a few of my courses. This is the best one yet. You get this multi-track file so you can mix the song yourself. It's part of a mixing contest. Thank you, James, for participating and for allowing us to do that. James is an awesome artist, man. If you like rock, popular rock music, you got to check out his stuff. Go listen to this song when this live stream is over. I got the whole song right here so you can hear it. But make sure you go to Mixing Hybrid Hard Rock. Get it tonight, 50% off. Get involved in the mixing contest. Mix one of James's newest songs. You can't get his multi-tracks anywhere. The only way you can get a hold of any of James' multi-tracks is right here. James has been kind enough to exclusively allow me and allow all of you to have some of his latest songs and mix the songs for yourself. A lot of artists don't do that. So I appreciate it, James. Thank you so much for joining. And we have to chat again soon on Zoom. It's been a couple of weeks since we hooked up. James got a lot of great stuff going on, and I'm sure there'll be more of his music on this channel. So make sure you go check out Mixing Hybrid. And good to see you, my friend. You're doing a great job. You got Mark Daniel Nelson tuning in. That's saying something. Oh, Mark's a great guy. I don't know him personally, but yeah, he's jumped into several of the chats. I love what Mark does. I have a lot of his training courses as well. He's another guy that's a wonderful, wonderful teacher that you should go check out what he's doing. And I've never spoken to Mark, though. Maybe one day I will. He's a busy guy. He's got a lot going on. But yeah, he's great. I love Mark Daniel Nelson. Love his stuff. Love what he does. Thank you, Eagle Rab. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, man. James is tired. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. That's okay, James. You can watch the replay. You can watch the replay. And thank you again for allowing us to use your songs. This is another thing that makes these courses a little unique. You can't get these multi-tracks anywhere. These are not free multi-tracks that you can download anywhere on the internet. And these are really well-crafted, really well-recorded songs, which is really important when you're trying to learn from a mixing course, to have a really well-arranged and written song with really well-recorded tracks. You're able to see and hear the differences on what processing really does to that stuff. So check it out, man. Check out his stuff. Check out his stuff. All right, we're getting down to the end of the chat here. Is there any other questions? We're almost an hour and a half here. I am here to serve you. So how can I help? What other videos do you guys want to see? What other kind of training courses that I haven't done yet that you'd like to see? Can't imagine what that is, but if you have something that you're like, look, man, a training course on A, B, C, or D would really help me, maybe it's something I could put on the list if enough people want it. You know, I want to create the stuff that you guys want. I don't create this stuff for me, I create it for you. So if there's something out there, or maybe you don't realize, maybe there's something that you're struggling with and I already have a course on it and you just don't know it. So make sure you just go to Home Recording Made Easy and just check out everything that's there. And if you have any questions, you can always email me. I always get back to people. Within 24 hours, you'll hear back from me. You won't hear back from somebody's assistant or somebody's intern, like a lot of these other websites. You will hear from me directly. So if you have any questions at all, let me know. There's a lot of stuff I told you tonight. A lot of things. A lot of cool things coming up next year. A lot of cool things happening by the end of this year. So you got to make sure you're tuned to both YouTube channels. Subscribe to both of them. It really does help. Pass it along, share it on your social media. That really helps as well. And I appreciate all of you for doing that. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 5 more minutes, and then if there's no other questions, I'm going to head out here so I can get to bed at a reasonable hour this evening. We're getting on about an hour and a half here. So what else can I do for you all? Or do you all want to just leave and go to bed? We'll get together again probably before the holidays for sure. I'll do another live stream shortly. We'll do one. Okay, going once, going twice. Is that it, everybody? Are we all done? If we're all done, then that's cool. All right. Once again, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Make sure you check out all the links in the chat. Dave, thanks so much for putting all those links in there. Check out all the courses. Go get the hybrid mixing course. Help support what we do here. I promise you, you will learn something. I don't care how long you've been mixing. I don't care how advanced you think you are. We all can learn. I still take courses, 4 or 5 different courses from different people a year. Right? You always pick up different workflow tips. You always pick up things from other people. So just because you've been doing this a long time or you think, do yourself a favor. Get the course. I guarantee you'll learn something. I guarantee it. It'd be cool if we could share tips on this channel and you're trying out. That might be something one day we could do in a live stream. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. So anyway, until next time, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. I appreciate all of your support, and I look forward to hearing all your mixes as part of the mixing contest. Go get that course. I want to hear the mixes. You got 6 weeks to do the mix. Win a ton of free stuff. I'll see you on the next live stream.